Remarks, Jennifer?
Yes. Why? And we are already recording. Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we let Tammy,
Officially, yeah, call the
yeah,
meeting to order at 2:02 and welcome to today's Bank Grants Committee meeting. Thank you all for joining. All right, if we can cover housekeeping.
Welcome, committee members, liaisons, and members of the public to the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission Bank Grants Committee meeting. Thank you for joining us. We are using Zoom with the goal of fostering a more inclusive environment and effective meeting. If you would like to comment during the meeting, please use the raised hand feature. Please use this tool to virtually indicate that you would like to speak in order to help the chair facilitate the discussion. A friendly reminder that this is a video conference and to please be aware of your surroundings behind you. All Legal Services Trust Fund Commission and committee meetings will be recorded and posted to the State Bar website. Zoom captioning is available. To enable this, select Live Transcript at the bottom of your Zoom screen, and then select Enable Auto Transcription. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Jennifer, if we can move on to item number 2, roll call.
thank you, Tammy. All right. Mahoney. I see you're present. I'm sorry I didn't catch that though.
Here.
Thanks. Alikani,
Here.
Ball, and Cruz. So as a note today, we do not have quorum. This will be an informal meeting where we will not pass a resolution, but we will go through the rest of our role now. So for liaisons, it was noted that Selena Copeland, as a representative of LAC, is here as a public member only. That's because LAC is one of the sub-grantees up for a grant today. I do see Laura Brown from Judicial Council and Melanie Snyder from Judicial Council. And for staff, I see myself, Shannon, Rocio, and Chris.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Moving on to agenda item number 3, the consent of the open session minutes from September 11th. We are going to, correct me if I'm wrong, Jennifer, but defer this to our next meeting since we don't have quorum.
Correct.
So then we'll move on to the main part of this meeting, and that's discussion and action items. And we'll be going through the approval of the 2024-2025 bank grant funding recommendations. Again, we won't be voting for this, but we will have staff go through the recommendations, and then we'll make that recommendation to the full commission later, I guess in November. So I will hand it over to you, Jennifer, to go through your presentation.
Thank you, Tammy. Okay. Can everyone see my slides? Excellent. Okay, so again, this is to approve the 2024 to 2025 bank grant funding recommendations. And my name is Jennifer Zelnick. I'm a senior program analyst in the Office of Access and Inclusion. Today, we'll cover some background, the review process, scores, funding recommendations, and we can talk about the resolution, although we will not be able to pass it. Okay, so the grant making timeline. On September 11th, the committee advised the scoring team in order to calibrate the rubric. From September 12th to October 13th, a commissioner staff team scored the applications. Today is October 30th. We are meeting to have the committee recommend the awards with the caveat that we've already given. On November 9th, we will have the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission approve the awards, and on January 1st, the grant period will begin. Yes, Tammy.
That I just realized that we didn't ask if there were members of the public. I assume Shannon would interjected, but I just want to confirm there are no members of public wishing to comment at this time.
That's correct. There are no hands raised.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tammy and Shannon. Good catch. Okay. So now we'll talk about the selection criteria and other parameters. These were approved on July 28th, limiting eligibility for applicants to be qualified legal services projects and support centers. Projects must provide legal assistance in either foreclosure prevention or community redevelopment. Projects must include a minimum of one partnership and or subgrant. And the committee approved the following funding caps. So for 2 organizations, they could apply for up to $500,000 total. That's $250,000 per year. For 3 organizations, the application limit was $600,000 total. 4 organizations could apply for up to $750,000 total, and 5 or more organizations could apply for up to $900,000 total. And all of these numbers include the applicant. So 5 or more organizations would be the applicant and 4 or more additional organizations. In terms of the review process, we received 29 applications. 21 were from QLSPs and 8 were from support centers. Applicants requested a total of $14,388,163. That means that the total funds available was slightly more than a third of the total funds requested. The average request was $496,144. The median request was $500,000. The total funds available were $4,520,570. Given the short timeline to review, the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission delegated authority to staff to score in consultation with the Bank Grants Committee. The committee provided consultation during scoring by having the committee chair and another commissioner participate in all scoring sessions, and after scoring by discussing and adjusting the scoring team's results. So briefly, we can do a little bit of review of the rubric, just because we have some new commissioners on the committee. So the rubric is designed to be a tool to guide evaluations. Scores did not guarantee funding. The committee was entitled to exercise discretion to make awards that accomplish the goals of the bank grants. The committee would try to distribute grants statewide and achieve a diversity of bank grant interventions. And this requires a post-rubric comparative analysis. What you see on this screen is the first part of the rubric, which was broken over 2 slides to ensure legibility. So the RFP contains the rubric and provides further guidance on each of the criteria. First, we have project impact and strategies, which includes detail and thoughtfulness of the strategy and justification for the proposed services and interventions. Also of note that this category had higher point values than the others. So if a project scored exceeds expectations for project impact and strategies, it would receive 25 points. Meets expectations would receive 19 points in this category, and below expectations would receive 11 points for project impacts and strategies. After that, we have administration, which includes application responses and history of compliance and performance, such as accurate and on-time reporting, monitoring visit findings or lack thereof, project monitoring, sufficient staffing and leadership, and other criteria. Project evaluation looked at detail and thoughtfulness of strategy and spending on evaluation. Serves rural populations. So for this category, the applicant presents a strategy to meet foreclosure prevention or community redevelopment legal needs of specific rural or frontier communities as defined by MSSAs. And there's a link on the application with more information for that. As a note, applicants can still get points for serving rural populations, even if some or most clients would be from urban areas. This is the last category of the rubric, and it's partnerships and or subgrants. For this category, the scoring team looked for detail in describing partnerships and or subgrants, the strength of these partnerships and subgrants, and their relevance to the project. Effectively demonstrating that these relationships may expand services and or populations reached was considered relevant as well. And applicants who proposed strategic subgrants scored better than partnerships alone. And for these remaining rubric categories, as you can see, exceeds expectations scored 15 points, meets expectations scored 10, below scored 5, and not addressed again was 0. So in total, the 5 rubric categories added up to 85 possible points. Scores. A 4-person scoring team arrived at consensus scores for every proposal. The scoring team consisted of the committee chair, a commissioner, and 2 staff. The highest score was 75 out of 85, and the lowest was 26. The average score was 51.97. 6 proposals were for foreclosure prevention, and 23 were for community redevelopment projects. 8 proposals were submitted by support centers, 21 were submitted by QLSPs, and the scoring team recommends funding 10 out of the 29 proposals from 2 support centers and 8 QLSPs, and 2 foreclosure prevention projects and 8 community redevelopment projects. Okay, funding recommendations. The scoring team considered, among other factors, the proportionality of the project deliverables to the funding request, the need to cut $847,349 from the combined asks of the 10 recommended applications, the applicant's capacity to implement impactful projects with less than the full amount requested, and the sufficiency of the budget narrative and other explanations. Projects would receive, on average, 86% of their combined budget request, and the combined budget request was $5,367,919. And staff asked each applicant whether they would have to adjust deliverables if they received the recommended amount. Applicants responded that they either will not modify deliverables or would do so proportionate to the budget decrease. Here you'll see the funding recommendation for the 10 projects that the scoring committee recommends. These are ordered in terms of the score received. I'll leave this up for a minute for everyone to review. Okay. The 10 recommended projects all included subgrants, scored exceeds expectations in 2 or more categories for 7 out of 10 projects, served rural populations for 9 projects, would serve every county but focus on 9 counties in particular, and would balance QLSP and support center services. Again, 2 support centers would be represented and 8 QLSPs. And we just wanted to share a sampling of services the proposals will provide. We wanted to talk about both foreclosure and community redevelopment. So for foreclosure prevention, legal services, we have services to rural homeowners who are often non-English speaking persons of color, and foreclosure prevention to rural seniors. For community redevelopment, we have legal services to low-income, Black, Indigenous, and women-led micro businesses, legal services to advocate for housing stability for survivors of gender-based violence, legal services to build capacity for impacted communities to advocate for social housing and renter protections, and legal services to assess and develop a new training program for pro bono management to improve outcomes for low-income Californians. This is the part of the presentation where normally the committee would vote. I think that it might be okay for us to do a straw poll just to make sure that we're on the same page. Of course, this would be unofficial, but Tammy, if it's all right with you, I would also invite commissioners to engage in discussion.
Yes, of course. Does anybody have any comments or questions with the information provided on the grantees or proposed award recipients?
Yes. Yes, I have a question. Regarding on the prior slide, it mentioned social housing. I just wanted to get a good understanding of what is meant by social housing. What's the definition of that?
Sure, I want to pull up a good definition so that I represent it as accurately as possible. So, social housing is affordable. It's considered an affordable housing model that ensures that a mix of income levels are included in the housing, and it's meant to provide high quality and importantly socially owned and resident managed facilities that are taken off the speculative housing market. And the reason for that is to ensure that the housing, first and foremost, is provided as a place for people to live and less so as an asset for people to sell at the expense of housing people who need places to live.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
Right, I don't see any other questions, Jennifer. I guess we could take a straw vote here if there are no other comments or questions.
Okay, Shannon, I assume there are no members of the public who have any questions either.
That's correct.
Great. Okay. All right, then I can put up the resolution. Obviously, this is not an official vote, but essentially, I think what we're trying to gauge here is to ensure that we have support of the commissioners who are present for when staff presents this proposal to the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission on November 9th. So with that in mind, Alikani,
I vote yes.
Mahoney.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, in that case, I'm glad to know that we have the support of the commissioners present. And that actually concludes my
might be a
presentation for today.
This might be a record meeting yet. Okay, are there any other questions or comments for those in attendance? All right, if not, then we will adjourn the meeting at approximately 2:20 p.m. Thank you all for your time and appreciate it. We'll see you at the commission meeting.
Thank you so much.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.